What if everything we thought we knew about the most famous execution site in human history was incomplete? What if there was a hidden layer to the story of Golgotha that has remained buried beneath centuries of sand, stone, and silence? In 2023, a discovery in a forgotten cave near Jerusalem sent shockwaves through the archaeological and theological communities worldwide. Ancient scrolls, carbon-dated to the 1st century CE, contained eyewitness accounts that challenged our understanding of what really happened at the place called the Skull. The discovery began when a Bedouin shepherd, searching for a lost goat near the cliffs of Qumran, stumbled upon a previously unknown cave system. Inside, protected by the dried desert air and sealed clay jars, lay 12 perfectly preserved scrolls, written in Aramaic and ancient Hebrew. When scholars finally translated the texts, they found detailed accounts from multiple witnesses who were present at Golgotha during the crucifixion events of 33 CE. But here's where it gets astonishing. The scrolls revealed that Golgotha wasn't chosen randomly as an execution site. According to these ancient documents, the location held profound significance dating back over 1,000 years before the Roman occupation. The texts describe how Golgotha was believed to be the exact spot where Abraham nearly sacrificed Isaac, creating a theological connection that sent scholars reeling. The name Golgotha, meaning place of the skull, wasn't just describing the hill's appearance. The scrolls indicate it was named after Adam's skull, which ancient tradition claimed was buried at that very location. The most stunning revelation came from a scroll written by a Roman centurion named Marcus Quintus Flavius. His account, written just 3 years after the events, describes unusual geological phenomena that occurred during the crucifixion. He documented a sudden earthquake that split rocks and opened tombs, corroborating biblical accounts but adding technical details about fault lines and ground displacement that modern geologists have since verified. This scientific validation of ancient texts left researchers absolutely speechless. Another scroll, penned by a Jewish merchant named Eleazar ben Matthias, provides a street-level perspective of Jerusalem during those fateful days. He describes the exact route taken from the Praetorium to Golgotha, mentioning specific landmarks that archaeologists have now identified through excavations. His account reveals that the Via Dolorosa, the traditional path believed to be the route of the crucifixion, may actually be located several hundred meters from the authentic path, rewriting centuries of pilgrimage tradition. Perhaps the most emotionally powerful scroll came from a woman named Rivka, who identified herself as a water carrier who witnessed the events. Her testimony describes acts of compassion from unexpected sources, including Roman soldiers who showed mercy and local residents who risked punishment to offer comfort. This humanizing of ancient historical figures transformed them from distant biblical characters into real people with complex emotions and moral struggles. The scrolls also contained practical details about Roman crucifixion methods that historians had only theorized about. Medical experts analyzing these descriptions confirmed that the physiological details were accurate, suggesting the writers truly witnessed these events firsthand. The level of anatomical and procedural specificity was so precise that forensic pathologists called it the most detailed ancient medical documentation ever discovered. When the Vatican, the Israeli Antiquities Authority, and leading universities jointly announced these findings, the response was unprecedented. Within 48 hours, the announcement had been viewed over 50 million times online. Theologians, historians, skeptics, and believers all found something in these scrolls that challenged their perspectives. Atheist scholars admitted the archaeological evidence was undeniably compelling, while religious leaders called it a gift that bridges faith and history. What makes this discovery even more remarkable is what the scrolls don't say. There's no attempt to embellish or mythologize. The accounts are straightforward, sometimes mundane, filled with the kind of incidental details that only genuine eyewitnesses would include. They mention the weather, the crowd's mood, the smell of the place, the time of day, and the exhaustion of the condemned. This authenticity is what convinced even the most skeptical researchers. The implications of this discovery extend far beyond academic circles. The scrolls have prompted new interfaith dialogues, inspired documentary filmmakers, and even influenced how Jerusalem plans its archaeological preservation efforts. Tour guides now lead visitors to newly identified locations, and scholars are reassessing hundreds of years of historical assumptions. As researchers continue to study these remarkable documents using advanced imaging techniques to reveal faded text and hidden layers, one thing has become crystal clear. History still has secrets to tell, and sometimes the most profound truths lie waiting in the most unexpected places. The ancient scrolls of Golgotha remind us that the past isn't as settled as we think, and that real human experiences transcend the boundaries of time, faith, and culture. The world watched in amazement as these ancient voices spoke across 2 millennia, not to divide or conquer, but to bear witness to one of history's most pivotal moments. And in doing so, they've given us something precious, a more complete picture of our shared human story.